In this video, I'm going to show you how to peer review a website. To begin with, you need to download the peer review workbook. It has a documentation page where, of course, you're going to fill out your name and all your other personal information. So here we go. This one, student number and today's date. So let's just say it's, what is the date today? December 7. Next, you'll notice there are two separate tabs because you have two separate sites that you are going to review. You also need to open the peer review list. This list will have, in this list, you're going to find your name on the left-hand side, and you're going to find some links to websites on the right-hand side. There's a peer 1 link, a peer 2 link, and a spare. Let's just start with a spare. They only require this if one of the other two links is broken. So if you click on one of these other two links and it doesn't work at all, then go ahead and choose the spare. If you click on one of these other links and the site is incomplete or unfinished, I would still like you to peer review the site, please. So if somebody has not followed the instructions, if they have not even done their work, then please peer review the site. But remember, you're representing a visitor to the site. So if this person hasn't done the work, then they don't deserve any marks. And somebody needs to record that. Obviously, I will, but I'd like you to do so as well. If you find problems with the site, obviously, you're going to grade it down. Please remember that the purpose of these reviews, they are anonymous. I will never be sharing the reviews with anybody, so nobody will ever know how you scored their site. So if you happen to get one of your friends' sites, two things. First of all, I wouldn't tell them that you got their site in the peer review. Well, they might be able to figure it out, I suppose. And don't tell them how you scored it because I won't be providing that information. It will never be visible to the person. So please be a professional and be honest in your evaluation. Once you click on the link and you go to the website, so if I click on this link and I go to the website, so here's the website. First thing I want you to do is I want you to copy the URL from the address bar, and I want you to put that into the URL box here. And I would recommend you paste everything into the formula bar in Excel. It will put it in the correct box and it won't give you any error messages. Next, put the site number. So the site I just clicked on was, I believe, 28. It's weird that it's small here, but it's 28. So I'll put site number 28. This is the only way I'm going to be able to link that things have been done. Link your review with the actual site. So put the site number and the URL into the top boxes. Next, you're going to go through each of the criteria. So overall site requirements, first impression, navigation menu, social media links. So here's my site. First impression, it's awesome. It's the best site ever. Or maybe you don't feel that it is. Maybe you think that it's a little bit, I don't know, looks like somebody did it in class as an assignment. So if you think it looks good, and remember, nobody's a web developer. Everybody had to work within the limitations of their theme. So don't be too harsh. If it looks like the person has done, pretty much everything that you've learned how to do this semester, if it looks like they've put together a reasonably complete site, then give them a reasonable mark. So for example, maybe you'll say, you know what, there's some room for improvement in your opinion, so you'll choose from the drop down, you'll choose a 4. If you think it's really amazing, choose a 5. If it looks like crap, choose a 0 or a 1. Be honest with yourself. One day you're going to have somebody doing stuff for you, and if they do a crappy job, you're going to have to discipline them or tell them they've done a bad job. Navigation menu. Well, this one has a navigation menu. It has the buttons to the pages that need to be there, the About page and the Contact page. I'm not testing to see if they work right now. I'm just checking to see if it's there. And there's a Home button. There's About page link. There's a Contact page link. So it looks like it's been done properly. By the way, if it doesn't look like it's a custom menu, if it looks like it's just the default menu, then grade it down. Follow the instructions here in the rubric. So this looks fine to me. I'm going to give it a 5. Social media links. Looks good. You should click on the LinkedIn link and see if it goes to a LinkedIn profile. If you click on the LinkedIn link and it goes to a LinkedIn profile, then give people the full marks. If they are all there, but the LinkedIn one doesn't seem to work, then mark it down, give it a 4 or a 3 if you choose. But in this case, let's just presume they all work. Notice that it will start building a score as you're doing this. Let me see. Why did I give myself such a crappy mark here? Let's give myself a good mark here. There we go. Full mark. See, 10%, 10%. Looks good. Next, move on to the About page. Well, I didn't complete my About page. It doesn't have a paragraph. It does not look complete. So if I was going to do this, I could find the page. So I can choose a 5 here. Page exists and I could find it. But here, content is minimal, not well written, or misses the point. So in my example, since I didn't complete the page, I'm going to give it a 0. Because quite honestly, I have not completed the page. Sure, there's some links here, but there's no paragraph. There's nothing to invoke trust in the reader that whatever I've written about, I actually know something about. Contact page would be the next place you would go. Looking at the assessment for the contact page. Does it exist? Okay, yes, it does, and it was easy to get to. So you notice there's no mid-range here. It's either a 0 or a 5. Is there a form? You know what? Yeah, there's a form. I don't care if it works. Don't check to see if it works. But if there's a form, give them a 5. Give them a 4 or a 3. If somebody modified or created a custom form, give them a 5. I did not. This is the default form: name, email, subject, and message. So read the rubric. If they customize it, added some of their own stuff to the form, then give them 5 marks. Otherwise, give them a 4. I don't see any reason if someone's done the default to give them any less than a 4. Descriptive paragraph. Read the paragraph. Does the paragraph tell people the value in filling out the form? Does it tell them what they will receive in return for filling out the form? Does it provide a time frame? If all of those things exist, then give it a good grade. Depending on how well it's written, you can consider grammar and language and clarity. So let's just say that mine's not that great. I'll give it a 3. Find their video blog. Now, when you're assessing blogs, you're going to want to find the post titles. Now, I don't have a video blog in my site. I didn't create one. So I'm actually leave all of this blank. I won't fill anything out because there's no video blog. Take your time to look through the site and look for a video blog, but don't confuse a shared video with a homemade video blog. And again, take some time to try to find it. Some people may not have done it properly as a post. You may need to click on the post and you may need to move through all of their different posts to see if you can find it. But if you cannot find it, just leave the stuff as blank. Next, we come to the blog post assignments. And I was doing some screen captures here, but first thing you want to do is find the first post that you believe was one that they've written. So find their first written post and copy the title of the post and take the title of the post and paste it into, so select the post title link, paste it into the formula bar though, otherwise you might have a problem. And then hit enter and it will put it in here. Then go down and assess the post using the color-coded column here. So follow the rubric and provide grades. Go to the next post that they wrote. Many of the sites will have previous and next, so I'll go to the previous one and I will read this post. Again, I will copy the title. I will click in this post title box. I'll go up here to the formula bar. I'll paste it in and hit enter. And then I'll go through and I will assess and evaluate that particular post. Then I'll go find the shared content and again, titles and grade. And in this case, you're providing just a single grade. There's not multiple criteria here. And then lastly, I want you to think carefully about no matter how poor the site is there anything that you can say that's good about it? Now, I can tell you when I mark these, sometimes in this, I say nothing. There was absolutely nothing I can say that was good about this site. If that's your case, that's what you should write. I could not find anything good about this site. It was incomplete, it was rushed, it was poorly done, there's nothing good. In an instance like that, suggestion for improvement, it could be a bit cheeky, I suppose, and say follow instructions. But if it's a well-done site, see if you can identify one thing that you think they could have done better. So provide the author of the site with some advice. Now, I told you that I'm not sharing your peer review with anyone, but I might copy some of these suggestions and paste them in when I'm providing a grade. So you'll still remain anonymous, but your advice could be presented to the author of the website. When you're done, save the worksheet and then upload it to the assignment link in Blackboard. And that's it. Then you're done. Semester's over. Thanks very much.